Hello everyone, this is Man Faces, and today we're talking about concrete wall tactics. So a lot of you guys have checked out my Red Rocket Command Center build. I learned a lot about the concrete building kit when I was making it. I still don't think I know everything, but I know a decent bit about how to play with the parts to make them do what you want. So what I've done here is I've set up some mocks that resemble the Red Rocket, and basically I'm going to iron out some things that gave me trouble along the way of the build. Okay, so first off, we have the outer walls of the Red Rocket. Now, they were built with a combination of regular straight walls and these new curved walls, but if you've noticed by trying to put them up, they're hard to line up properly. Well, if you see what I have here, what I've done is I've put one of the concrete pillars and then butted it up to two of the angled walls, and what that does is it gives me a nice straight line. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just put it into practice, but I want to show everyone that the curved wall has two different sides on it, and these will only snap in one way. The way it works is that you can go on ahead and get a straight line by bridging two like such, or you can pull it off and create a curved line like such, but sometimes you'll have to manipulate it to get it to what you want it to do. Like as you can see here, if we wanted to go that way, that wasn't going to work. So you would have to do something like this, where you added one of these, maybe another one, and then something like that to get the curve that you want. But that gives you versatility. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the curved wall sections and the way that the floor fits on them. Okay, if you notice that the floors that are set on the curved wall sections are at two different heights, and this is really important. Okay, so this one right here was placed when there was no additional top, and what it does is that although it would work, it won't allow you to put a floor in for something more elaborate like this. So what you're going to want to do, and even if you're not planning on stacking them, if you are planning on adding a floor, this really helps, because this was one of the crucial portions of the build. And then it snaps up top right there. Now, that doesn't really seem like much, but we're going to go on ahead and mock up the external walls of the Red Rocket, because if you guys noticed, it has some really cool curves to it, but making the ceilings in there was a nightmare. But as you can see, going ahead, and now we're slightly above the wall, so it lets us put pieces, and that's like really important, because let's say I want to pull this out, and if you guys notice, this is like the decking area, but it had spacing issues. So what I did is I did something like this, where I kind of artificially boosted the wall up and then added the panel. And most times you can get it to snap, sometimes you can't. I believe it's the roof portions, but I just wanted to point out that these small concrete wall sections, they're more for getting the build to do what you want it to do versus filling in space, although they are great for filling in spaces, because a lot of the times, I'm just going to point this out. Okay, two of these is a wall, but most of the time you're going to get one and then three of these, which is not a full wall. Now, four of those make a full wall. Now, why is that important? Because of these floor pieces right here that you're going to end up being forced to use with in your build. See, this one will fit and this one will fit, but if you run into a situation where you have this, it becomes a little difficult. So you end up cutting the difference in other places, and being able to put your floors above the wall gives you a lot of versatility. Okay, so for now, this is really all I have. The last part, which kind of is the most impressive to me, is the fact that the curved or the angled walls have floor segments that snap, and they're the floor angled portions. Now, when I first saw it, I really didn't understand what was the point of it, but when I really got into it, and on my next build, you see it a lot because I'm building my own version of the castle on Spectacle Island. It's already complete. I just have to put in the finishing work. But as you can see, I can make curved sections. Now, I know it doesn't sound like much, but then you go like here. What I ended up doing is I would like put something like this here and then complete the whole curve, so it's curved all the way around. I can't really explain these too well. I just really wanted to point out that the curved or the concrete angled walls match the angled floors, and you really could just go for what you know with this, because then you could just put more. Okay, and then that would make the segment, and then all you have to do is come in, and then they'll snap. Yep, perfect. And there's some other things that you can do with it that I ended up doing at the other build, so we might have a part 2 of this. It just depends. Just know that there is a direction of snap. All right, so I hope this guy's helped you out just a little bit with working with the concrete building kit. I'd rather make the mistakes and then tell you about it versus we all have to struggle and try to figure it out. So anyways, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more fun. It's Man Faces signing out. Take care, everyone.